Hey everybody, it's SoCal Mike of GameGavel.com and Retro Gaming Roundup. Another Big Hunter Quickie today. This is just went to the swap meets this morning. Didn't bring my glasses. One of the things about putting those videos together, it takes forever. I don't know why with the video from those glasses and the compression. I don't know what it is, but I mean it takes like 10 hours to upload those. So these are a little quicker, so I might be able to do a few more videos doing them this way. Let me know if you guys are cool with this or not. I'll try to at least get one official Big Game Hunter video in every month. Where I'm actually filming at the swap meets. But anyway, here's a couple of bags of goodies that we got today. And we had a really great week last week. If you remember, we found that Mattel Electronics missile attack for $5. This week was pretty good. Now I picked up this guy for I think I paid $5 for it, so it's kind of expensive. But I missed this one when it came out. I don't think they're selling this one anymore. But it's got Pac-Man, Super Pac-Man, Pac-Man Plus, and Pac and Gal, I think. So 4 Pac-Man games, and it's also got Bosconian, New Rally X, Dig Dug, and Galaxian. And it's just super comfortable, this one, to hold. And these are great. We go camping a lot. I'll put them on my camper. We've got a TV on there. And these are just great games to bring along on the camper. But this one was so cool, and I remember I missed this one. And this joystick is just great. It's so easy, and it's just great for the Pac-Man games. So I just saw that one and just picked it up. It already had a battery in it. I saw that it turned on, so I thought, you know what the hell, I'll get it. Picked this up for $2, Pocket Repeat. My wife loves Simon. This is just sort of a mini Simon that was out at Radio Shack back in the day. So Pocket Repeat, just a great little game. I always kind of liked this one myself. I think I had it when I was little. You can get these pretty cheap, but fun game. It'll still have its box and instructions and everything. Let's see. Let's go into here. We picked up a Jaguar. Now you don't see these at the swap meets too often anymore. I paid $20 for this. It's a Jag. It's got the Tempest cartridge. It's got all of the plugs and everything. It's got one controller with one overlay for Hover Strike, but they didn't have the Hover Strike cartridge, and I looked all over for it. But that came with Cybermorph as well. So anyway, I mean, Atari Jag, $20, 2 games and a controller, not a bad deal. I've got one, so I'm going to be throwing that up here on GameGavel, probably. Now the rest of this stuff, this was a really good deal, guys. Here, first off, I picked up this pretty cool book, The Complete Collector's Guide to Pocket Calculators, Prices, History, and Models. I always knew that calculators were worth something. I mean, some calculators, and I find calculators at the swap meet. I mean, there's probably 100 every weekend, and I just thought this was a cool book to pick up. They had it here. I think I paid $5 for it, but I got it with the rest of this stuff, so it wasn't a bad deal altogether, I don't think. But just a great book and price guide for calculators. So I'm curious. I've got a few of my own. I picked up some Commodore calculators over the past, 5 or 6 years, and stuff like that. So I just thought that was kind of a neat book to pick up. And the rest of this stuff was really good. This booth had a case, one of those like, you'd put all your games in it, and the Atari would sit on top of it. One of the kind of organizers for games, and it was full of games. And the guy at first wouldn't split them up. He wanted $100 for the Atari and all of the games. There's probably maybe 40 games total. But I ended up just picking out a few, and just thought I'd sweet talk him. So I just offered him $25 for this bag of stuff and the book. I think these were 20 and the book was $5. But anyway, I'll show you what I got here. Picked up Fathom and Atlantis. I just picked those up because they seem like a real bare label. It seemed like the other labels were different. I know they have picture labels and non-picture labels, but I don't know. These just didn't look the same to me, So I don't know. I picked them up. I'll have to look them up. I can't remember. But some great games. I got Marauder. I've always wanted this game. I always loved the Tiger Vision games, and the artwork on this one I think is just great. I've never found a Tiger Vision game in the wild, I don't think, ever. So I was really excited to pick that one up. Picked up Sequest only because I don't think I have this one. It's not a real hard game to find or anything. I did pick up Omega Race and the booster controller. which I've already got, but I'm going to throw these up on eBay for a good price. So anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. And then these next two games I was pretty excited to find. Picked up Scuba Diver from Panda. And I don't think these actually ever had a label. They just kind of had these weird purple labels, and every time you find them, they're always peeling off a little bit. Not the highest of quality. But I also found Harbor Escape from Panda. And I've never played this game. I'm going to pop it in here into the Atari, and I'll film it here and add it and splice it onto this video so we can check it out. But I've never played this game. I'm guessing it's not going to be very good, but I could be wrong. This is, I think, one of the few Panda games that actually had a label. But as you can tell, it's pretty cheesy. But anyway, a couple rarer games for sure there. With the Marauder, the Harbor Escape, and the Scuba Dive. So I left all of the rest for somebody else. There were still some good games in there, but more common games. I was happy that he was able to just give me those. So anyway, that was the day that we had just this morning here at the Swaps in Southern California. Hope you guys are all finding great treasures wherever you live as well. Okay, guys, so here we are with Harbor Escape. Now, we can already tell right off the bat that this is going to be a River Raid clone from Panda. Looks like we've got air instead of fuel. Not really sure what these guys are supposed to be here. I don't know if we're in a speedboat. I'm not sure what the air would be needed for. Oops. Let's play through it here, see if we can get to the next level here. Alright, so it looks like we got tankers or ships up here. Got a little more action here. Sounds pretty good. I guess it sounds probably the same as River Raid does. Don't know if they've got any other enemies besides these little white guys and these tankers or what, but let's see if they introduce anything new yet. No. Yeah, the graphics are nowhere near as good. Oh, come on. I knew I was going to die there. Well, anyway, there it is, guys. A quick look at Harbor Escape. Another game we're going to check out real quick is Marauder. This is a game I've never played until now. I've read about it. It looks kind of like maybe a Berserk clone a little bit, but not quite the same as Berserk. Basically, it's a top-down view, and you got these mazes you have to go through. And the goal here is to destroy that thing in the middle of this particular level here. You can see that kind of, then everything starts over. And I don't really know what this guy is, but you get a few points if you run into him. And this game starts off pretty easy, but it gets, you know, the difficulty ramps up pretty quick. They start firing at you a lot more. Now in this game you can run into the walls. I don't know if you can run into your enemies. You wouldn't think you'd be able to, but it looks like you can kind of run through the enemies. You just don't want to run into their fire. And this thing, it looks like you run into it. Now you can see the enemies are getting a little bit faster. And here's this thing again. If you guys know what that is, let me know. We do seem to get points for it, and we don't die, so that's a good thing. a little tricky because your gun is sort of offset, you know, it's sort of a weird, and it's weird that you can run into your enemies. I haven't really figured that out. You can see they're starting to get a little bit faster. So this is Marauder from Tiger Vision. There's this mystery thing again here. And there's probably directions online that I need to go read. It's not a bad little game. It seems like it's pretty easy at this point, though. There's not a lot of a challenge here. Well, I just got my ass kicked there. But anyway, there's a quick look at Marauder.